let's get right to it. If anything, this team is Dak Prescott centric. This team is Dak Prescott centric. Without Dak Prescott, this team will go back through what we went and witnessed last season. Regardless, that's just how we look at it. As far as the defense, I love the defense. And, of course, the defense will be more aggressive. The defense will still have to go through some growing pains, by the way. We still have young defensive backs, and we will see these guys flying to the ball, making plays to the ball, but there will be a level of time before we get to that staple piece of this defense just being lights out. That's just the bottom line. Now, can we create turnovers and takeaways and things like that? Yeah. Pressure from the interior, yes. That will eventually happen. It will. However, it just will take time. But number 4, Dak Prescott is the catalyst of this all. We just need for him to be healthy for this entire season. And, of course, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, those weapons will be utilized. The thing that I took away from these preseason games, their coaching staff was just trying to evaluate everybody on the roster and not necessarily looking for the win. He just wasn't. He's just not that type of coach that say, okay, I see blood in the water. Let's attack. Let's try to get this W. No, that's not the case in the scenario of the preseason. Also, far as the DBs, I'm hearing a lot of people saying, Lord, you a clown. You said that Boss Man Fat was a lockdown corner. Nashawn Wright, he's the next coming of Richard Sherman. He will be able to cover well in these sorts of things. Newsflash, Cowboy Nation. It takes time. Those DBs are super young, and there's never a DB that played the game, especially on the second level or the highest level, that never got used and abused. That's just the bottom line, Cowboy Nation. Now, Boss Man Fat, Kelvin Joseph, lamented that his injury are minor. Nobody knows their bodies but themselves. So we'll find out how minor that injury is. Now, he did get used on the sideline. A pass that was caught on him was a deep passer. Hey, that happened. My thing is, did he give up a touchdown? No, he didn't give up a touchdown. But there are things that he still will have to learn, Cowboy Nation. We're not getting prime time day one from him. And I'm not saying that he's prime time, by the way. Also, with Nashawn, he got hit with the double move in the red zone. Shout out to the quarterback for getting the ball out to his receiver. That was Nashawn Wright versus a 6 or 7 year guy. Been in the league for a long time. It's going to happen when you have the young DBs out there. So let's not cast aspersions on him. Our backup right now is him. Our starter right now is Anthony Brown. You think Anthony Brown would have did something better? Let me know. Oh, excuse me. DeAndre Burton. He's the next guy. You see how this depth thing works now, Cowboy Nation? What do you want? You want Jordan Lewis back on the outside now? Maurice Kennedy. Maurice Kennedy played last night, right? And he's an inside corner, a nickel. So these DBs, collectively speaking, they're going to be okay, but there will be some growing pains. That's just how it goes. And when I say a new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners, I'm not sitting here saying that for jokes. That's just life. Life. We're going to have to roll with what we got for right now. The Cowboys organization is just not that organization to go out there and wheel and deal on the defensive side of the coin. We just don't do that. We just have to dance with the lady we got. Yeah. And on top of that, this defense will be okay. Let's not smash the panic button because of a preseason game. Our 2s and 3s versus the team 1s. Surprisingly, we scored 14, by the way. But we can look at some of the things and the tendencies and say, okay, hey, Law, what about that one? there are things that I'm still going to call out. Like, for example, Kellen Moore not calling the offensive plays. I think that that's foolishness. You know, here's the thing why I think it's foolishness. It's foolery all the way. You are the offensive coordinator, not like you've been here for 13 years, not like you've been here for 15 years, not like you've been here for, let's say, 10 or 7 years as an offensive coordinator. Those reps of calling plays are valuable. They are. You got to get your butt out there and call plays, or even call some of the play that you're going to try to see whether or not they can work. Because when Tampa Bay, when you play against them, that's a seasoned defensive coordinator over there who been through it, got it out of the mud. He ain't finna sit around. This is a chess match. This is Kellen Moore's offense versus Todd Bowles' defense, basically. Shoot. We just got to be ready. But it goes all the way back to Dak Prescott, number 4. When we was out there in practice, when we was in the red zone, watching them throw the ball around, 4 for 4 in the red zone. Could have been 5 for 5. I could be off on that. Finding the target, hitting the target, getting the ball, squeezing it out quickly. I was like, yeah, he's a real one. Now you can get the proper evaluations of the wide receivers. Parker pulling the ball. Malik Turner catching the ball out of the sky. And Parker pulling the ball out of the sky too. Yeah. So with Gilbert, DiNucci, Cooper Rush, we wasn't saying that, man, when we was out there in practice. I've been out there way in Oxnard all the way through this thing, all the way back to Fresco. And the quarterbacks, they didn't give us that jazz, that spark. So it's a twofold situation. Twofolds. Lord, what are you saying when you say that? Well, on one end, you can't properly evaluate the wide receivers because of the poor quarterback play from those guys, DiNucci, Cooper Rush, and Garrett Gilbert. And then on the opposite end of it, you can't really evaluate the DBs. Because now you're going to look at the situation and say, hey, is that interception really because of the DB skill set? Or is it because of the piss poor performance of the quarterback? That's a twofold situation. So that's why I say, well, Cowboys, this offseason, how hard would it have been to reach out to some of those veteran guys, bring them in. And I'm not saying the veteran level of a Cooper Rush, but a veteran level of a guy that at least won you some games on the highest of the highest level of the NFL, right? Wouldn't have been hard to pick up that phone. But I'm not sitting here trying to bash DiNucci, Cooper Rush, and Garrett Gilbert. Because when I did my episode last night, I broke it down. I said, who is the most disappointing player this all preseason? I had to put down Garrett Gilbert. We've been banging on the table since the Steelers game last year. Hey, let Garrett Gilbert get out there. Let Garrett Gilbert throw the ball around. He looks like he's a formidable backup quarterback. He wet the bed. And then when the opportunity was time for him to get something on a consistent level, Cooper Rush stepped up. And then when it's time for him to show something consistently, he wets the bed. And DiNucci is just DiNucci. So there are things that this team going to have to do as far as the evaluation of their DBs. But I'm not sitting here saying that they are trash. No. I'm telling you guys, from my thoughts, that it will still take time for this defense to formulate to the right mindset. Can we create pressure? Can we get upfield? Can we take the ball away? Yeah, I think so. I really think we can. But at the level of consistency and time, it may take a little while. But it's predicated upon that front, what they're going to do. And the political football of it, unfortunately, that's just how we roll too, baby. But this team, this team, we need 4. We need 4 to make this thing shake. And we need to stop the foolishness, man. Kellen Moore, Next time, I don't want to see you giving up your responsibilities and your duties to someone else. You are the offensive coordinator. Get in rhythm. Get your mind right. And Mike McCarthy, I know that he's not much of a motivator. I want you guys to help me out. Find me 4 to 5 players that speak glowingly of Mike McCarthy. Say, man, I can't wait to play for Mike McCarthy. Find them so I can go and watch their interviews. So maybe I can get a better adjustment or a feel to Mike McCarthy, because he just seemed to me that he loafs and he's lethargic. Now, somebody made a long 2-page paragraph saying that, hey, that's just his mindset. He's shy of the media. He don't like to put out a lot of information to the media and these sorts of things, which is cool. I can buy into that just a little bit. But I still have my reservations on Mike McCarthy. I gave him a mulligan last season, so we'll see what he's going to bring to the table this season. Oh, excuse me. If you feel like you want to give some insight and intel to it, post down below. Let me know with a simple yes or a simple no. Are you sold on Mike McCarthy? That's all I want to know. Are you sold on Mike McCarthy? This is the talk to you guys before the season even kick off. Are you sold on Mike McCarthy? And I tell you what, midway through this season, I'm going to ask you guys again. And then at the end of this season, I'm going to ask you guys again. And I'm going to go back and we will review this thing. Are you sold on Mike McCarthy? Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. If you're new to this channel, my name is Law Nation. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, share this content, and let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune into Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. That's been my time. I thank you guys for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Go Cowboys. Let's go. We out.